In Hampton Roads and in North Carolina, one of the first places that hit Elizabeth City.
That's right. Ann McNamara has been there covering Elizabeth City for us now. And you wrote a little message in the snow for us, Ann. Is it still there? It hasn't been wiped away.
Nicole, I am so glad you asked that. If you were with us at 6 o'clock, I showed you, I wrote WAVY in the snow. Take a look at this. Just a short time later, you cannot even see where I wrote that barely. We are definitely at the inch mark here in North Carolina, Elizabeth City. I think we're approaching 2 inches. The snow is really coming down, and it's a problem out on the roads. Take a look at the roads. They are covered in the same amount of snow you just saw where I wrote that message. Now, these roads have been treated with the brine, but let's give you a quick lesson about that. Brine is a de-icing method. It makes sure the snow does not stick to the pavement. However, at 20 degrees, anything below that, the brine starts to not work, and that is because the temperature, it is just too cold to de-ice the roads. So at that time, that is when you start to see things like salt and sand. That's why you see road crews use that, because they need to create some sort of traction on the roads. Another notice, we have not seen any DOT trucks out here just yet. Yesterday when I checked in with them, they told me we were doing an 8 to 8 shift today, so 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Expect to see them on the road starting at 8 p.m. tonight. They're the big yellow trucks. You can't miss them, and please give them some room because they have a lot of work here to do, and it is really getting worse by the minute, guys.
All right, thank you very much. Ann McNamara reporting live in Elizabeth City, and now we are going to go to the Peninsula.
That's right. Lauren Compton is out there in Newport News for us. And Lauren, you tweeted about an hour ago that the roads were getting slick in Hampton and in Newport News.
Nicole, they definitely are. I've heard a lot of honking, a lot of beeping out here, people trying to take it slow, and then others really just underestimating how covered the roads are becoming out here. I want to give you a live look out here to Jefferson Avenue here in Newport News, or right across the street from Patrick Henry Mall. We just got an update from the city of Newport News not too long ago that their city plow trucks are also on a 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. shift. They'll be working 12-hour shifts throughout the evening to get these roads clear. As you can see, some of the slush really starting to accumulate here. They have put down a salt brine abrasive on the roadway to keep it from sticking, but as Ann mentioned, as these temperatures continue to go lower, it's really not going to be a lot of help to you. So if you don't have to be on the roads, it's smart for you to stay at home and just watch 10 on your side give you the weather updates. We also learned during our newscast that Hampton Public Schools and Newport News Public Schools are closed for the evening. City Council meetings in Newport News have been rescheduled till February 11th, and there will also be no trash pickup tomorrow as well. So Hampton and Newport News both preparing for a very long snow day tomorrow, and 10 on your side is here to keep you covered. Back to you guys.
All right, Lauren, thank you so much for that report out of Newport News. And 10 on your side does have you covered in North Carolina and in Hampton Roads. We're going to head back to the south side now to Virginia Beach.
That's right. We have 3 crews there, one of which is Liz Palka there on the Oceanfront. What do you have for us?
Well, hey, Tom and Nicole, I do want to mention we're here at the Oceanfront on Atlantic Avenue. We're just hearing sirens all of a sudden. They came out of nowhere. We haven't heard of any problems tonight, but suddenly that happened. So we're certainly going to check in with Virginia Beach dispatchers and make sure everything is okay, because this is a situation we are dealing with out here. This beach paradise, suddenly a winter wonderland. It is just covered in white. And one thing we know for sure about the Oceanfront, we have a lot of hotels down here. We have a lot of people that come to visit our area. In fact, I ran into a man visiting from Texas. He's staying in a hotel down here at the Oceanfront. He said, man, this is the coldest beach I've ever been to. And I agree with him. We don't usually get snow like this. It has really been coming down, as you can see, sticking all over the area. One other thing I wanted to show you, something that some of the hotel managers take advantage of when it gets cold out. They have these laser thermometers. I would love to demonstrate it right now to show how cold the ground is, but I don't know if I'm really doing it right. It's saying, yeah, 2 degrees. I may not be doing this exactly right because it might not be that cold yet. I'm sure the hotel manager knows how to work this a little bit better than I do, but he says he uses this every time it starts to get cold. And once it gets to be like 30, 33 degrees, that's when he starts putting the salt out on the driveway and out on the sidewalks to make sure that the hotel guests are okay. And we have run into a lot of tourists down here, even people just wanting to get away just from a few states away, come to the beach, and now, well, they have a winter weather view. Tom and Nicole, back to you.
All right, Liz Palka reporting live from Virginia Beach. A reminder that Virginia Beach under a state of emergency. That was called about an hour ago, so giving you an indication of of how serious things are becoming in Hampton Roads. Now we're going to go to Norfolk.
That's right. Let's go back to Andy Fox, who's in the Ghent section. And Andy, snow's still coming down there, but you're still finding some folks to talk to.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Great, this is the Owens family right here. What do you guys think about this snow out here, which continues to fall?
Well, we think it's cool.
What did they told you about school tomorrow?
Well, they told us
No school.
no school tomorrow.
No school tomorrow in Norfolk. How about you? You like playing in the snow? Just look up here.
Yeah, snow always tries to get come on. It always come on the sidewalk, on the building, every last thing on the world.
And you know where else snowflakes are?
Yeah.
On your eyelashes.
I know. Even snow can come out of the sky right now.
Good. How about you, Ms. Owens?
Nothing. We're really excited. I haven't seen snow in a really, really long time. I lived in California and been to Florida and everywhere. I haven't seen snow here since I was a young girl, so it's really exciting.
And how's it to have the kids at home?
They're just really excited. They want to go outside and play in the snow. Everybody's excited. You know, nobody can drive in VA, so everybody's just all over the place sliding across the roads.
Well, listen, that's great to see you guys. Owens,
Yep.
thank you so much. There are so many. See you, Owens. Bye. Isn't that great, guys? I mean, they're just out here. They came down here to the Farm Fresh and getting some groceries. We got people over here walking. How, is it slippery? Yeah. All right, it's a little bit. They're okay. They're okay over here, and 21st Street remains hopping down here. A lot of people out here still getting those last-minute provisions for a long winter's night, and possibly into tomorrow and the next day too. Guys, back to you.
Andy, that is a very busy area normally, and there are a lot of restaurants that line the street. Now, we see a lot of businesses that decided to close early, say at 6 o'clock. Are you seeing restaurants open?
Hey, that's a great thing, Nicole. We have a restaurant down there. You can see the neon there. And then we have another restaurant right here. They're open. Faux 79 is here. They're open. And then we've got the only place that's really closed down here is Pepe, New York. Looks like they're closed. But then Panera Bread down here is open. You're right. That's a very good point. This place remains open for business. Even though we got the snow coming down, the accumulation is increasing. But everything right now remains in a local state of emergency for the city of Norfolk. And that means that they are starting to accumulate the cost of what this storm will cost so they can get reimbursements from the state, I am told by Lori Crouch.
Well, we want folks to be safe, that's for sure.
And we are getting word now that Portsmouth has declared a state of emergency. So the cities in Hampton Roads falling in line after the storm is starting to really make its mark in our area.
All right, let's go back to Virginia Beach now and check in with Jason Marks.
He's at Town Center.
Yeah, schools are closed here tomorrow. They just announced that, so no school for Virginia Beach tomorrow morning. But I can tell you that the snow has been really coming down here ever since about 4:30. We've really started getting it, and it's been just coming down. Let me step out of the way and show you what normally is a very busy intersection this time of day. This is Virginia Beach Boulevard in Independence, and you can see the road right there. Virginia Beach Boulevard is already starting to get covered, so that commute coming home is starting to get sloppy. It is starting to stick. I can tell you that it is starting to get slippery. So if you're on your way home, be careful. This is what the roads look like right now, and many of the roads obviously are going to look like this throughout the area. We do know crews are out in full force. They're going to be out here throughout the night, but as you can see, guys, it is really starting to stick. It's been coming down pretty good in Virginia Beach. Just take a look real fast, and you can just see this sidewalk. This is untouched, and you can just see how much, I mean, it's almost a half an inch already here in Virginia Beach, and it's only been snowing for a couple hours. So it's coming down, guys. Now back to you.
All right, a steady snow falling, and we have 3 crews in Virginia Beach, as we told you about.
That's right. We've taken you to the Oceanfront and to Town Center. Now let's head to Sandbridge and Art Kahn.
Yeah, well, Nicole and Dom, it's really coming down out here now. The flakes are still fine and small, but they're thick. We're getting a lot of it. Remember at 5:30, I told you that the next time you came to me out here, the landscape would look vastly different? Believe me, it does. I got to be honest with you, the way it was coming down earlier, I didn't think it would be different so quickly, but it is. If you see behind me, you can see we are beginning to get snow accumulation on the roadway here, but you're still seeing patches of pavement. Don't be fooled by this. The reason you're seeing this is because of the high winds that are blowing. Remember, we're on Sandfiddler Road, which is the beach road. The ocean and the beach are just on the other side of these houses to my right. So that has a lot to do with why you're still able to see some of this pavement. But believe me, just in the 15 minutes that we've been standing out here waiting for our turn to talk to you, we're seeing it less and less of the pavement because it's coming down so thick. Another thing I want to tell you about, talking about the beach, earlier I had mentioned our concern for the tide, and it had come up a lot, but because of the beach replenishment projects that were just completed down here recently, there was still a good buffer zone from the high tide. In fact, I would say we probably had about 30 or 35 yards between where the high tide mark was and where the houses are. So that's good news. Another thing that we've got going on out here, though, is temperatures are really dropping now, and it's getting very cold. I mention that to you because it's important to remember to keep the faucets dripping in your house. And an interesting note to consider about that, too. We had the faucet set for a very light drip, as we were instructed to do when we first got here. As this temperature falls, you look and all of a sudden the faucet's not dripping anymore because it's getting a little thicker in there, and you have to increase the pressure just a little bit. It's okay to still keep that drip, but you got to stay on top of it and monitor these things through the night. And I want to assure the Hudgens family, who were so nice to provide us with this house to stay in tonight, that we are staying on top of that. Everything out here is changing very quickly. We're going to get out and look around here too, but unlike what I'm seeing from so many of my colleagues where they are in different parts of Virginia Beach and Norfolk and Newport News and Hampton Roads and even down Elizabeth City, there's not a whole lot of activity out here, folks. It's eerily quiet. Every now and then a set of headlights drives by, but it's very quiet out here. We're going to stay on top of this thing throughout the evening for you. Tom and Nicole?
All right, Art, it's a great segue because you talk about people driving on the roads, and the last time we talked to Aaron Kelly in Chesapeake, the cars were whizzing by in the Greenbrier section.
That Greenbrier section is very busy.
Yeah.
And I mean, with the roads, you just can't be sure. So, Aaron, hopefully things have slowed down a little bit there.
They have a little bit, but first I want to get to some important information that we just received about the South Norfolk Jordan Bridge. There will be, according to officials, no tolls on that bridge during this storm, they say until further notice. They said that because of the state of emergency, they want to cut off those tolls, so you'll be able to travel across that bridge for free. They're going to continue monitoring it. They have equipment that they can monitor the conditions on the bridge in real time. And you can see behind me that the snow is really starting to accumulate on the roads out here, and I can imagine that it's going to be much more difficult for drivers in the city of Chesapeake. We also got an update at the top of the hour from the city of Chesapeake, and that is that the city will be closed tomorrow. So will the schools. They have declared a state of emergency to open up some more resources for the city. We've also learned that there will be no trash collection tomorrow. They want people to put their trash out on Thursday, and they will try to get to it. If you don't have your trash usually getting collected tomorrow, put it out on your regular day. That's what they said they want you to do, because obviously we have a lot to deal with. The most important thing for them right now is getting those roads clear. They'll have 34 trucks shoveling the snow throughout the city, 12 of them from VDOT, but they want you to remember that those trucks will not be going into your neighborhood because they simply don't have the resources for that, and they won't be able to turn around in your neighborhoods. So be prepared for your streets to look very snowy overnight and in the morning. We're going to send it back to you.
All right, good advice there. Aaron Kelly live for us in Chesapeake. We do have you covered. We've got crews in North Carolina, Hampton Roads, Southside, and Peninsula. And this is a live picture of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, where the snow is coming down.
And our most important information tonight is coming from right here in the studio in the Super Doppler 10 Weather Center. We are going to check in with Don Slater and Tiffany Savona in a moment.